Hit the intro. Hey guys, it's Michael. It's another Sunday, it's another week. Before I dive into this, I want to say I'm sorry. Last week I was not in a good spot, which I'll go into that here in a little bit. But I want to start by saying I'm sorry. I know last week sucked pretty bad. This week I'm going to try to do a lot better. So, first of all, you'll notice this is a different game. This is a game a few of you recognize, maybe, but I'm sure most of you don't. So this is Warframe. It's a third-person MMO, I guess I'll say RPG / third-person shooter. It's an incredible game. If you're a fan of Destiny, you'll love this game. I have 1,300 hours into it, and it's free. It does have a bit of a learning curve to it, namely because the game isn't real clear yet. They're still trying to figure out how to make their tutorial after 4 years. So if you do get into this game, look me up. You can find my profile right there. MHBones23321. Shoot me a friend request. Let me know, and I'll be sure to add you guys. And next time I'm able to, I'll help you get set up in the game. So first of all, I want to explain what happened last weekend and why I was pretty out of it. And that actually kind of goes into why this is the game I am playing this week. I forgot to check the time to see when I started recording. Alright, we'll call it 21:30. So last week, some friends went to a con. They went to a convention. And these are friends that I've been wanting to meet in person for a while. I've known them over Discord for almost a year now. And I have been wanting to actually meet them in person for some time now. And I was caught off guard when early last week, I think it was, or not last week, but the week before, the Monday before, I think, I started hearing about how they were all going to get together for this con, and some of them were flying in from, like, England. And it caught me off guard to find out, not because of anything they did or didn't do. What caught me off guard was that I had no idea, but this was something that they'd been planning for at least a little while, at least it seemed like to me. And that kind of stirred up some old fears of mine. I don't really talk about it a lot, but I used to have this constant fear that I was always going to be the one left out of stuff. And I remember feeling that way for a long time, and it wasn't until I was a decent ways into my 20s that changed. And it hadn't really been an issue. Depression's been an issue for me here and there for almost as long as I can remember, but that particular issue hasn't been an issue for me in a long time. I don't remember feeling that way since I was probably 21, maybe 22. So, 4 years, and I've had no issues like this. And last week, or the other week, really caught me off guard and trudged up some really old feelings. And made me appreciate the fact that I'm not home. I'm here. I'm in this godforsaken desert, and there is genuinely memories home that I won't get to make because I'm here. I'm not there with you guys. I'm not able to say, well, okay, I'm gonna take a little time off of work to, do this thing so I can hang out with you guys. And, that hurt. It really hurt a lot, especially since it was Halloween, and Halloween is my favorite holiday. It's really the only time of year I really look forward to. Which, granted, my company had a small Halloween event. It was just a little cookout, and I want to give a shout out real fast to our MWR staff. I know none of them are watching this, but I do feel like they deserve the recognition of they try to put on, with no backup from anyone that they needed backup from for this to really work. They tried to make this thing happen, and everyone just kind of wussed out on it because, oh, it's outside and it's chilly. Well, you should have worn a jacket. But that helped a little bit. But just over the course of the night, like, things just kind of got worse. And it really wasn't until this past, probably Friday, that I started to feel like myself again. I was really angry. I was not... If someone had messaged me yesterday, or Thursday, I should say, I probably would have ignored it, because I was just in that bad of a spot right then. And, yeah. Sorry, I tried to keep these... I really wanted these to be happy. I really wanted these to be, very lighthearted, videos, and here I am talking about depression and woe is me. But I did feel like you guys deserved an explanation for why last week particularly sucked so bad and why I was just not feeling it. But I also wanted last week, well, all weeks now, I want there to be a video for you guys. If I can record and host a video, I want to. And even if it's kind of strenuous, I feel like it's something that I can't just say I'm not doing this, because I don't really talk to a lot of people back home. I message some of you on Facebook when I can, or on Discord, but ultimately I don't really reach out to people, and these videos are kind of my way of, were kind of meant to be my way of doing that, and they've slowly just sort of become not that. But I'm going to try to do better. I'm going to try to correct myself on this, because me being upset is no reason for me to be miserable, I guess, if that makes sense. See, I'm having to figure out how to put my feelings into words, and that's a thing I'm not good at. So it's a really good thing I'm playing a game like Warframe that I can just sort of muscle memory my way through. I mean, especially since what I'm trying to do right now is basically just farm really low level enemies for a fairly rare resource so I can make a new weapon. Because I want my Parasis. So I can go hunt sentients. Robots, not... not even really sentient robots. They're just really intelligent robots, but they don't really seem to be sentient any more than these Flood wannabes are. So that's what happened last week, and that's why I was pretty mixed up. And then, of course, me screwing up the video, which I'm actually going to double check real fast and make sure I'm recording. Okay, I am recording. Because yeah. So that's why the video last week was kind of, there's no other word for it, was pretty shitty. Itself, I need to censor that. I can't go that way. The door is sealed. So some stuff I want to talk about from the last video that maybe I wasn't clear on. So I do watch these videos before I upload them. I go back over them one more time before I begin uploading them to YouTube, because I want to make sure there's no issues, there's no encoding problems. I want to make sure that there isn't some file corruption that didn't get noticed by Windows. And so far there's been one instance of that. The intro from last week actually wound up bleeding over a little bit. No, that wasn't YouTube or your computer. That was my video editing software having a bit of a heart attack. And it doing an odd thing it's not supposed to do, where it kept one video line or one video track and overlaid it over another one, which was weird. It's not supposed to do that unless I specifically tell it to. Oops, more organ cells. It's weird. I don't remember. I didn't actually see where I picked them up from. Organ cells, by the way, are the thing I'm trying to get my necromantic hands on right now. So there was one instance of that. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it because I went, oh god, the first 5 minutes of my video didn't record. And at that point I was just done emotionally. So, there is that. I do check for comments, so if you guys post, a comment, I will see it. I guarantee it. I did get a question for this week, which I'm not going to answer just yet. I'm going to wait just a little bit longer to answer it. I am aware that I actually have OBS set up correctly, so you guys don't see this Discord overlays that keep popping up, which is for better or worse, I'm not sure. Because on the one hand, it wants you guys to see that Discord is actually pretty active and is a pretty cool system and a pretty cool application. But I can't control what it shows without muting specific channels, and not all those channels are safe for work. Either because spoilers, or because language, or because bits. So that's the thing. And at some point, maybe I'll set up some system by which I can change that more efficiently. There's only a few channels that I mute on the Discord, and those are really ones that I just either don't want to be on, or I don't want to be notified every time something is posted, because when you're dealing with people who are at home on 4chan, there's a lot of stuff that gets posted to some of those, and I just don't care enough. I love you, Fiora's Discord, but you're all very loud sometimes. Other times you're all very quiet, like today. Stop being adults, stop sleeping, and start posting, because it amuses me. I promise to do more Warframe videos. What else? Oh, right, so last week I think I commented on the domestic terrorist attacks that we had. I made a bet that, at least for the next week, no one on Fox News would call it terrorism, and I think I've been proven right. I've been keeping my eye out for it. I want to put that out there so that I feel kind of vindicated about being a complete and utter cynic when it comes to this. But also, I can't remember if we had the synagogue shooting before I recorded that video or afterwards. That was awful. That is a form of right-wing terrorism. I shouldn't even say right-wing, because I don't know what their leanings were. I have a feeling it was, but it was definitely domestic terrorism. And it was awful, and I'm kind of ashamed of the fact that all our presidents seem to have gone out of that, at least in one of his rallies, was, oh, it hurt our momentum. And I'm kind of upset at that. Now, if he's gone out and he's since, said it was terrible, it was awful, I should have paid more attention to what I was saying, or even if, in a non-prepared speech he was, heartfelt and, this was a tragedy, this was awful, and needs to never happen again, I'll give him full props. But why any part of his focus was on a momentum, was on anything campaign related, is frankly disgusting, and I can't really approve of that. Now, I know I'm military, I can't say things that are disparaging about the president. I'm going to say that's no way for a human being in general, and that's no way for a role model, which is what the president should be, to act. And if someone in the military decides they want to take me up on charges of defamation of the presidency, then let them. I will hang myself with that rope. Because I don't believe in jingoism, I believe in patriotism, and right now, it's kind of hard to be patriotic when you have people more concerned with elections and ratings than they are about fixing issues that we have. So, there's all of that. And now that all of that seriousness and negativity is over and done with, I can finish it off with, hopefully, as a country, we grow from these awful acts, and we learn to just not be hateful anymore, and to stop trying to find a reason to hate each other. Something that I've been finding here is that no matter what people's political leanings are, you agree with each other more than you realize. I have a friend here who is, I would describe, and maybe I have this wrong, and if so, that is my fault, because I have not asked him for clarification, but he comes off to me as being moderately right, but libertarian. And as some of you guys know, I'm a Bernie-crat, like straight up. In some ways, I'm even to the left of Senator Bernie Sanders. And he and I actually agree on quite a bit. At least on the issues, if not the solutions. And poll after poll, study after study show the same thing. And you go issue for issue. The majority of people agree, yeah, hey, our healthcare system's borked, it needs fixed. It wasn't good under the Affordable Care Act, it's not good now, it needs fixed. The method by which it gets fixed is about the only thing that changes, and at this point, I think the majority of people are just wanting to find a solution. And, me being a Bernie-crat, I think you all know what I think the solution is. And I don't want these to be political videos. So I'm going to end this little train of thought, I guess, this little stream of consciousness. I'm going to end with, if you have a political disagreement with someone, try to find the part of that issue that you agree on, because I'm sure you do agree with them on something, within even just that one issue, let alone in all issues. And if you look, I'm sure you will find something. So enough of that crap. I'm actually going to hit the extraction as soon as I... And I was really hoping there would be a cell array around here. Finally get that 15 cells I need, otherwise I'm going to have to wait for that last one to finish in the foundry. Oh yeah, see, that's an example of one of the ones on Discord I don't necessarily want you guys to see, because some of the people on the Discord are furries, and luckily it doesn't actually show me what the link leads to, it just shows me that there's a link and I can figure enough out just from the link. Give me one more Orcan cell, well, two more because I have a resource booster. So I can extract and I can answer this question because I want to make sure I get all the details right. It's a very minor question, but screw it. But I want to make sure I get all of the names for it. So coming away with, is anything, darn, only 4, I needed 5 I think. Oh, I might have needed 6. Well, that's a catastrophe. Not really. Lord knows I'll probably end up doing some more gaming tonight while I'm waiting for this to upload. There we go. So let's see here, what else? In the first video, I talked to you guys a little bit about what we had done as a company and as a unit. I didn't really talk about stuff that I'm working on. So I do have a few exciting projects. One of them is I need 2 more. And it will wipe out my alloy plates. Screw it. I can always get more alloy plates. I have so many alloy plates, it's ridiculous. 26,000 alloy plates at my disposal. Sweet. So the first project I'm working on is I am making myself a rapier. Well, sort of a rapier saber hybrid out of some scrap material that we've got just sort of laying around. As some of you know, my job in the military is to be a metal fabricator. So we don't have access to things like a lathe or a vertical mill, but I can put together some stuff out of just having a I should run for these Valk. I can put together some pretty cool stuff just with a few pneumatic tools and some welding equipment. So I'm hoping that ends up being really cool. It's going to be kind of a junkyard saber. And we've got a guy here, a good friend of mine, who I'm going to ask him if he'll help me out with it because he has a background in blacksmithing. So I'm going to ask him if he can help me out with it and make sure I'm doing it right, because I've already confirmed that I can send it home. And if I can make this thing work, if I can make it... too much of it. If I can make this thing look as awesome as I'm hoping it does, I have another project after that I want to do. And I know he's not watching these, so I don't care if I spoil it right now, but I want to give my brother a pair of twin daggers. Well, short swords, really. And that's going to be an ambitious one, because they need to be the same length, and the handles have to fit perfectly for the wood that I don't have here. and I don't have the skill with woodworking to make them into hilts. So I'm going to have to talk to another friend and ask him if he can help me out with some hilts for those. And if so, I need to figure out some way to inlay a pair of magnets, one in each of those hilts. It'll turn out really cool, and I'm planning on shooting some video of actually me building this thing. Cause I think you guys will like watching it get built, because I'm going kind of medieval on this. I don't have a kiln or a furnace or anything like that. I'm not even sure how I'm going to quench this thing. I'm going to quench either of them, but they're both going to be really fun builds. But I'm not sure that I have the time or ability to make the second set, so I want to make that first one as a test, just to see if I can. What I should actually do is see what I need next for these other things I need. So that's one project I've got, is putting together my junkyard saber. I've gone back into Magic the Gathering. Pray for me. Which, that's a whole nother thing. I've gone back into Magic the Gathering for better or worse. I genuinely don't know which it is yet. It's like I need everything for the Tiburon Prime and everything for the Rubico Prime. Shizen. And I need to... For Hydroid Prime I need systems. Nimbo Prime need the Neuroptics. Nova Prime Chassis doesn't drop from anything anymore, which is stupid. And I need Oberon Prime systems. And Vauban everything. Well, systems and Neuroptics. And Zephyr Blueprint systems. Yay. Not to mention weapons. This is part of why I've put so much time into this game. There's so much grinding, and it scratches that grinding itch that I have. Crap, I still need chroma parts. Oh, I don't have enough stuff to refine any of these anyway. Never mind. So that's one thing I've been up to. The other thing I've been up to, in addition to doing my research for this big question that I want to have answered for you guys by December, I'm setting a deadline, November 31st, whatever the last day of November is. I want to have all the research done so I can give it to you guys the following weekend. It's just been a lot of reading and a lot of trying to put pieces together that I don't necessarily have. Spy, sabotage, assault rifle, only rescue with XI, or XLI. Okay. Well, this one will be not awful. So there's been that. I have been, actually for the past 3 months, something like that, been working on a short story that so far is turning out really well. I don't know yet how much longer it's going to take me to finish it. I was hoping to do 1 chapter a week, and the entire thing's only 3 chapters long. But it's proving to be more intensive than that. Oh, right. Sorties. I actually have to pay a little bit of attention to what I'm doing. So there's that. I actually have to pay a little bit of attention to what I'm doing while I'm writing, because I know where I want the story to go, and I wonder how many other writers deal with that. They know where they want the story to go. They've got point A and point B and point C all figured out. They know what's going on. They've probably even started writing it, each of those points. They just don't know how to get to those points, and that's something that I've been running into a lot. Especially when it comes to small details, like how does this character know that something isn't right, and putting it in a way that makes the reader understand this thing that they, by nature of not being there, cannot understand. Oh god, there is more camera. Shite. And come on. Yes. What? Oh no! That wasn't the right one! Bam, bam. Yes! 10 seconds to go. Whew! That was close. So thinking so much about what I'm saying to you guys, I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. Freaking camera. What was I saying just now? Sorry, guys. So, I know where I want the story to go. I even know how it ends, and I've figured out some of the smaller details. I just, as of yet, I'm not 100% sure how to get there. So, who knows? Maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll have an epiphany. Cassie was very helpful. She gave me, accidentally, but all the same, gave me a fantastic idea for how to get past one of the struggles I was having with one of the chapters. For those, okay, none of you know, so I don't know what I was about to say. For those of you that don't or do or whatever, man, I hate these ones. Yes! Made it! I forgot what I was about to say. But she gave me a great idea for how to approach the third, or the second chapter, rather. I missed! Mistakes have been made! There's nothing for me to hit. Curses. And I already had a pretty good idea of how I wanted the fourth chapter to go, or third chapter to go, rather. Aha! Got my health back. Screw all of you. Murder Kitty Prime for the win. So who knows? Maybe I'll have another epiphany, and the rest of the third or second chapter and those small pieces of the third chapter will all click for me. It is kind of a different writing style. I would almost define it as a Victorian Gothic, because it is set in that kind of, not necessarily, well, yeah, I guess time frame works. What is, oh, right. It's set in that kind of time frame, and I don't want to give details. I want the reader to have to fill in details. I say reader, I don't know that anyone's ever went to read it, to be honest. This might be one of those things that I just sort of tuck away and no one ever sees. Oh, thank God. Okay, it's one of these. Yes! So, you know, it might be a waste of time. I do want to publish it, though. It's only, when it's done, it'll probably be about 5,000 words, so not very long. It's a relatively short read. It's actually probably Of the projects I've finished, it will have been the shortest. The longest comes in at the longest came in at, like, I don't know, almost 30 pages if I actually space it out correctly. Because right now it's like no space, 12 fonts. I can't remember if it's Calibri or Times New Roman that I'm using, and it's in dire need of re-editing because my writing style's changed since I wrote it. Sweet, need more of those for the clan. So that will be interesting to do. Oh, you know what, guys? It's already been. I am almost out of time, so I'm going to exit out of this and go to here, and I think I can just do that, and you guys should now be seeing me and my hideous reflection off of my glasses reflecting hideously off of. Anyway, so I'm just going to take those off. So, let me flip this over to recent. Cool, it does work. Haha. So, want to get some shoutouts real quick because we're at the 30-minute mark. Well, almost 30-minute mark, roughly 30-minute mark. We're at the 36-minute mark. 36-minute mark, and my time in this room is just about up. So, some shoutouts real fast. Big shout out to Fiaura the Tank Girl. Fiaura the Tank Girl. Words are hard. And Spitfire for letting me post this to their Discords. Their links will be in the description below, as will their YouTube channels. Fiaura is at a con this weekend, but I believe she is streaming Fallout New California on either Tuesdays or Saturdays. I forget now. I haven't gotten to join in on any of the streams lately. But she has been streaming that. It's a very promising looking mod. In addition, she should be releasing some new panel videos pretty soon, if memory serves. Even if you don't see any of her new ones, her old ones are fantastic, and I recommend them because they're hilarious. And if you are into tabletop games, she just released her review of the Overmayor's Guide for Fallout Equestria, a mix of My Little Pony and Fallout, which works remarkably well, which disturbed the hell out of me. Sorry guys, I keep looking down here to see what you guys are seeing, and I keep forgetting that my camera is not there. My camera is there. Right there. Boop. Boop, boop. Spitfire, meanwhile, is doing a playthrough of Valkyria, however you pronounce it, Chronicles 4. I know nothing about this game. I've heard of it. I guess it's a RPG. I don't know. If you guys know, let me know what it's all about. But she's doing a playthrough of that. Starting this week. I'm hoping starting this week. Depending on the weather, I'm going to be doing a Shadows of Mordor playthrough, and I'm not sure how that's going to work because I only have these rooms for an hour, and yeah, but I'm hoping to do Shadow of Mordor for you guys because that is a really fun game, and who doesn't love, running around assassinating orcs? But yeah, those two are going to be in the description below. Their Discords, their YouTubes, and Fiora's Twitch as well. My Discord handle will be below. If you guys want to get in contact with me, my phone is still out of commission. I'm sorry, I can't justify spending the money for a phone when I'm usually available on my laptop anyway. So you guys can reach me either on Facebook, you can message me on YouTube, or you can find me on Discord and message me there. if you can't figure out how to find me on Discord, I can post a message to you, or I can just invite you to a private server and you can find me that way. Discord is free. I very much recommend it. And after you make your account, this is very important. After you make your account, you need to let me know, because there is a mandatory arbitration clause now in their terms of service. I think I'm remembering that right, terms of service. But there is a way to opt out of it, and it involves an email, and I have the directions to all of that and what you need to tell them. So, with all that said, I hope you guys have a great week. I'm going to continue working on my ability to actually talk to you guys, and probably not going to do any more Warframe. This one, Warframe was good for this one because I needed something that I can just be like blah 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 blah. I can think about what I'm saying and not about what I'm doing with my hands, and I can really kind of spill my guts out to you guys a little bit better that way. But honestly, Warframe is not really the thing most of you are interested in seeing, I don't think. Even though it is very popular, and it is an amazing game. So let me know what you guys think. Oh, the question. Real fast. The question was, do you want to go to Dixieland? And the answer is no. If you don't know what Dixieland is, it's an old slang term for the southern United States. The states in the southern part of the United States, specifically the states that were a part of the Confederacy. Texas, Alabama, South Carolina, Florida. I can't remember the rest now. The answer is just no, because either they're really hot, they're deserts, or they have mosquitoes the size of dogs, or they're all a bunch of cousin nuzzlers. And, or they're actually just all coke-addicted, geriatric alligators. And I have no interest in that. Bye!